The moon covers much, witnesses all on a cold winter night, inescapable light rifling, inquisitive, though non-committal, each interstice and cracking landscape, natural or built, emergent or decayed. Light without obligation flows stolen through scabrous packs of dark ice, light without warmth, rude guest beneath the ice-flocked flow of weathered stare, beneath which Eugene Hart made hostile, hat pulled low across his eyes in sleep. He did not rise, was missed, then found. Cold light his demise, darkness unrelenting his to keep. I've got somebody here who wanted to hear about Ulysses Simpson Grant, local Illinois hero. 151 years ago, Ulysses Simpson Grant, maybe it was more than that anyway, it seemed like it was 150 last year when I was going to do this, but Grant came to Mattoon. The most remarkable, to my mind, obviously different aficionados of railroad infrastructure can have different opinions, but my favorite piece of railroad architecture in East Central Illinois is the railroad station built into the grade for the Illinois Central in Mattoon, Illinois. There's a great coffee house nearby and one of the best Chinese restaurants in America, believe it or not. One of the 100 best Chinese restaurants in America is across and down the street. But this fabulous railroad station marks the spot where Ulysses Grant, then obscure, mustered his first troop command in the Civil War. And from there, from Mattoon, up the road, through Champaign and Urbana, working their way south, the volunteers and soldiers of Illinois gathered strength and rolled south toward Forts Henry and Donelson, and ultimately Vicksburg itself, whose siege and ultimate conquest was the real, often unacknowledged turning point of the Civil War. When Vicksburg fell, the Confederacy was halved, and everything following it was a mopping up operation. The war was done when Vicksburg fell to Grant, and everybody knew it. I need only consult the record of written remarks from Jefferson Davis and Robert E. Lee, who were pretty authoritative about the fate of the Confederacy at the time. They planned an invasion of the North through the farms and fields of Pennsylvania toward Washington for one good reason. Did they really want Washington? I mean, do you? What they wanted was to divert Grant and Sherman, and in the bargain Admiral Porter, and get them the hell away from Vicksburg, because Vicksburg was vitally important. It protected their river trade. It protected their access to European capital by peddling all the good stuff they stole by having slaves. Vicksburg was vital. So, you know the Busey Bank here? Founded by Colonel Busey, who fought there at Vicksburg. Did you know that at the Vicksburg Military Park, of all the many, many people who fell, and if you think the unknown soldier's tomb in Arlington Cemetery is poignant, go to the Vicksburg Military Park. That battle was fought in July in Mississippi. They didn't identify anybody to speak of. There's one unmarked, unknown soldier after another. It's heart-wrenching. The Vicksburg Military Park is so poignant for so many reasons, but one of them is that it is a great mass grave of the unknown soldiers. And there are more soldiers from Illinois buried there than from any other state among the combatants. And when you drive down to the Vicksburg Military Park with Illinois license plates, people who hate Yankees under any other circumstances will treat you with welcoming, if grudging, respect, because they think you might be related to one of the people buried there. I've experienced this. But it all started in Mattoon on June 17th, 1861. Ulysses Simpson Grant, still slim on hiatus from harness sales, saddle sore perhaps, back from retirement from Army life, stood before the rail cut in Mattoon, Illinois, that still points south to Vicksburg. Evenly surveyed his first command as evenly as he prized memory, his last command, in marshaled memoirs of a life. Let us have peace. He mustered here the regiment, 21st Illinois, before whom insurrectionary waters would flow unvexed to the sea one day, lapping, joining two shores washed together as one nation, one great river mimicked by the Illinois Central, whose southbound rails trellised presidential destiny, sown here, though not yet grown. Blood brought down by rail and barge from Illinois still binds wet soil, alluvial in southern Mississippi, mustered first in Mattoon, Illinois. The man who first and best made total war required unconditional surrender, first at Donelson, then Vicksburg, Petersburg, then Appomattox, knew the slave and wrong and armed him free, and when a civil leader asked of former soldiers freedom for all unconditionally, let us have peace, profoundly said, that there be no more colored rope-burned corpses heaped upon war dead with unimaginable shame. Resentful sectionalists since defamed his name, and Congress did not formally decry the lynchings that weighed heavier upon him than Cold Harbor. Enfiladed war-scarred land reforested, reseeded, cyclonic commerce ruined, turned in vast arcs, continental weather darkling, re-emergent, bright, and calm. Dreams awakened by a civil war, such that scorched trunks, shelled stubble, seedling conscience bedded in new shade, stand against the distant prospect green, blanketing the fallen unknowns, shading memory, deep and strong, waking dream, a nation's mental landscape and its arbor, still fed, cleansed, troubled by rain, draining unvexed to the sea.